Gini.
No signal. We're going to talk about signals. And soak all of the IT equipment in ACETA. Give it some signals. So with that comes the vision of the company. I want to focus today on the first part of that vision. To become the global recognized leader in cellular health and redox-based technologies. This vision has been the vision of the company since it was founded by Virtus Norton. From the very beginning, this has been our vision and it has not changed. What I would say is perhaps the word become needs to be changed, because it is my position, my opinion, that today we are the leaders in cellular health and redox-based technologies. And so now the vision becomes to maintain our position as the leaders in that space.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about this in the Train the Trainer yesterday, but as a review for those of you who are there, and new for those of you who are not, there are 3 responsibilities in my mind that come with being the leader in redox and cellular health. The first is to advance the science of redox. If the leader of redox will not advance redox, then who will? No one. So it is our responsibility to conduct research and to publish that research whenever possible. Second, we need to produce products that leverage redox technology based on the research that we perform. And then third is we need to educate the public on redox. Is there a wide understanding of redox in the public today?
No.
No. Right? Who's heard the question, what is redox? Everybody's hand should go up. What is redox? In fact, we've probably heard that many times, right? We look at traditional supplements. Name some supplements out there. Vitamin C, vitamin D, what else? Okay. Collagen, that's a big one, right? If I say collagen, everybody knows exactly what collagen is, and they know they need it, right? If I say antioxidants, yeah. If I say protein, vitamin C, yes. Redox, this group knows, right? This group knows, but there is not a public understanding of redox. And so our responsibility as the leaders in redox is to help the public understand the benefits and the life-changing effects and opportunities that come from this technology. Now, for those of you who are visiting us or are new, I want to just kind of go over the basic fundamental benefit that your body gets from healthy redox balance, okay? Here's an image of cells signaling and communicating with each other. A cell that can communicate is a cell that can function properly, right? Cells do not have brains. They cannot think for themselves. They simply do what they are told. So they receive a signal and they perform that function. Receive another signal and they perform that function. So cell communication and cell signaling is essential to support your cellular function. Now, in today's modern world, we are exposed to thousands of times a day stress, oxidative stress, many different types of stress in today's modern world. That stress inhibits our ability to communicate at the cellular level. Our cells can no longer communicate as effectively as they did before they were exposed to that stress. This redox technology, these redox signaling molecules, are native to the body. And they are what your body uses and makes in the mitochondria of your cells to create cell communication and cell signals. This technology, redox signaling, is the only technology in the world that is capable of restoring cellular communication. Okay? That is the premise of the technology. Now we're going to go in and give you a little bit more of a fundamental understanding of redox and how that contributes to this phenomenon. But that is the basics behind it, is cells must communicate to survive. When exposed to stress, they lose their ability to communicate, and then their ability to survive and thrive is compromised. Redox signaling molecules help your cells communicate, therefore help your cells to function better. There are a series of keywords that I like to use when thinking about redox signaling molecules. And we're going to use these keywords as we go throughout the presentation today. So if you want to take a picture or write them down or try and remember them, these are some good keywords to kind of have in mind as you try to understand this concept of redox and cell signaling and cellular communication. It goes something like this. Redox signaling molecules are tiny, high-energy molecules. Because they are so tiny, they can be absorbed directly into the cell. Once absorbed, they act like an on-off switch, turning on cell signaling and communication. Once a cell is turned on, it begins to signal to the cells around it. Those cells signal to the cells around them, beginning what we call the cascade or domino effect. And it's that cascade or domino effect that contributes to our resilience to stress and overall wellness. Remember, I said just a moment ago, the stress impairs cells' ability to communicate. So if you can enhance your resilience to that stress, you're going to have health and wellness benefits. Not only is this technology a category creator, nobody competes with us. No copycats, no competitors. It's also backed by a series of certificates and accreditations that we maintain at the manufacturing facility in Pleasant Grove, Utah, in the United States. The first that I'd like to cover with you here is the FDA listing. Now, what an FDA listing is it shows that we went to the FDA, we contacted them when we built the building and said, hey, we are ASEA, these are our products, this is our contact information, and if you need to get a hold of us, here's how you do that. Here's our phone number, here's the email contact. That is an FDA listing. 2 years ago, they took us up on that offer, and they said, hey, we're gonna come audit your facility. And we said, okay, great, come on down. We hold ourselves to extremely high standards in the manufacturing facility. So when the FDA called us and said, hey, we're gonna come and audit your facility, we were super relaxed. Not quite as relaxed as during the guided meditation from earlier. Great job, by the way. But we were relaxed, we were not worried. Now, those of you who are in the health wellness industry and manufacturing, perhaps you're familiar with audits. But the FDA audit in the United States is extremely thorough. Over 1,000 points of inspection. And each one of those points has subpoints, A through F. They look at things like, how do we train our operators? How do we maintain our equipment? How do we log the maintenance of our equipment? How do we test our product? How do we test the raw ingredients that go into our product? How do we record those tests? They look at every single point of the manufacturing and testing process. Extremely rigorous. It's a week-long audit, and at the end of the week, there is a summary session where the auditor sits down with us and they tell us how we did. She probably doesn't want me to share this detail, but it'll be our little secret. She said, I probably shouldn't say this as an auditor, but this team should teach audit readiness. To hear that from an auditor from the FDA in the United States is something that we are extremely, extremely proud of. And we think it speaks to the quality of our product and our manufacturing process. Who here has been to the facility in Utah? Okay, a few of you. How was it?
Wow.
Thumbs up, right? If you ever have the opportunity to go to Utah or earn a trip there, next year will be Global Convention, right? It will be near the United States. It'll be close to where our manufacturing facility is. If you have an opportunity to visit us, we would love to have you. It is an amazing opportunity for you to be able to see the technology in person and really get a feel for what it takes to create these amazing redox signaling molecules. The next certificate that we hold at the manufacturing facility is called NSF GMP certificate. The NSF is a third party that comes in and audits our facility every single year. And they audit us against the same GMP standards that the FDA would. At the end of the audit, they issue a letter grade, with A being the highest grade possible. ASEA has never received any letter grade other than an A during all of the audits that it has had with the NSF. Now, in addition to the GMP certificate, we have what's called the GMP Sports certificate. This one's issued by the NSF as well. What this certifies is that there are no banned or illicit substances used in our facility in the world of athletic competition. So those of you who are speaking and working with athletes, this is very important because they know they can take our products without risking being banned or breaking rules in their areas of athletic competition. We also test our cell performance line, the Mind, Mood, Energy, and Radiance products, for what's called WADA compliance. WADA is the World Anti-Doping Agency. So those products are also safe for athletes to take. We maintain the Certificate of Free Sale and the Department of Agriculture certificates from the state of Utah. These certificates are very important to not only our business, but to your business. We cannot export our products across state and international lines without those two certificates. Here's the thing with those certificates. They are surprise audits. They do not tell us when they're coming. They simply show up and say, hey, I'm from the state of Utah. I would like you to show me around the facility. I'll have some questions for you. Now, for many people, that is extremely stressful. But because we maintain our facility in what we call a state of audit readiness, anytime these auditors show up, we are ready to go. In fact, we have a reputation amongst the auditors as being what they call an easy audit. What that means is that there's not a lot of things that they find, so there's not a lot of work for them to do when they're at ASEA. When the state selects auditors to audit different companies, they all volunteer to audit ASEA because it's easy for them.
Fantastic.
Again, that speaks to the quality and the professional manner with which we conduct the manufacturing process at the Redox Center. We also maintain an ISO 22716 certificate for cosmetics. This is a GMP certificate. GMP stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. This certificate pertains specifically to our cosmetic line. We also have our kosher certificate as well as the halal certificate. All of these certificates are available on the back office. Okay, so we talked about kind of the benefit at the cellular level that this technology can have. We've talked about some of the certificates and accreditations that we have as a company in manufacturing this technology. Let's talk about the science behind redox signaling molecules, cell signaling, and communication.